All right, we just watched the link on slide 5 of the Legacy of Ashes PowerPoint. I would very much encourage you to do the same. So their training, very unique set of skills. So they emphasize skills for special ops and espionage. They practice shooting, demolitions, close combat, clandestine communications, along with agent handling, information gathering, report writing skills, all over the place. And each trainer did it differently. So nobody was getting exactly the same training in the same way. There was no identikit sort of way they were approaching this. It was a young organization, a very young organization, if you recall. And they were, I sound hard on them, and I am a little bit, but I can understand that they were young and working out the kinks in their organization. And Bill Donovan, I think, anticipated OSS lasting beyond World War II, which it didn't do. So training was around DC. Instructors usually had a law enforcement background, and that led to some problems with those who joined up just to escape the military drudgery, where we had figured out what we were doing, and everybody did get the same sort of training. Yeah. Always in a state of flux and change. At times, training could seem haphazard, like what the heck is going on here? Sometimes deadly, deadly, deadly serious. The organization did last, again, to remind you, just a skosh over 3 years. And afterwards, some operatives of the OSS described the training as bewildering and pointless, which is not a good recommendation for it. And others, again, it was haphazard even in its reviews, because others thought it was physically challenging, surprisingly professional, especially towards the end of the war, when they had learned lessons, made mistakes, and those things could be incorporated so they didn't happen again. I'll give you a second more with that. Victoria this morning, she comes in and lays with me in bed while her mom's getting ready and just putting stuff in the car and packing up, because she leaves about an hour and a half before I do. And, this morning I put her on my chest, and she thought it was, I don't know, she ended up kicking me in the teeth, right in the teeth. And man, that girl packs a kick for a 10-month-old. Tell you, she had her 10-month birthday yesterday. And she just thought it was the funniest thing in the world that Daddy was there. Ow! Ow! And she was, ah! Da 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 da. It's like, yeah, you're your mother's daughter. All right. Can I go on? All right. So agents operated primarily in the European theater after they were defeated. We started, the OSS started deploying them towards the Japanese in Asia, and they were operating there to a lesser extent while the United States was still fighting the Axis powers. So there were 4 major components to the overseas operations. There was secret intelligence. That's pretty self-explanatory. The espionage branch, the spies. Special operations. These were the guerrilla warfare guys. They would train and help the partisans, the French resistance maybe. with munitions and supplying guns and things like that, and fight with them. Morale operations, which that always has struck me as a funny name. So creating propaganda, advocate the Allied cause. I mean, all very equally important things to do. And then X2, which was the counterintelligence arm of the OSS. And as soon as you're done writing, that's it with the lecture for today. But I do need to talk to you about a couple things. All right, so as a component of this course, I suppose I don't have to because I really control the curriculum of this course, but I feel obliged to talk to you about international economics. Now, there's been no good point up to now to work that in. What I did the semester I had my brain surgery, which worked out like really well, was create a 75-point. Really, no, don't worry, attorney. let me just finish explaining. True, false quiz, and give you the PowerPoint that goes along with it, in which every single answer is drawn from. Every single answer. Now, if I gave this to you and said it's due the Thursday after break, would this be a totally overwhelming thing? No? Okay, because it's also some hopefully easy points for you guys, because I'm not expecting you. I'm, in fact, encouraging you. Have the PowerPoint open while you're answering the questions. All right? I am encouraging you to do that. In fact, I'm telling you to do it. All right? So I'll put that up tonight or tomorrow or sometime, and that will be due the Thursday after break. I wasn't going to give it to you to do over break and say have it done by next Friday. I think that would be pretty mean of me. Is that okay? Okay. Now we'll talk about the Legacy of Ashes article that I handed out next time, so make sure you bring that to class on Thursday. And I have somewhere in here the quiz for chapters 1 and 2. And remember, just treat this like a study guide. All right? Don't feel like you have to read it and know the answers. So get this from me on Thursday, and that's it.